Good morning, everyone. So the two questions that I chose to answer is question number 1 and question number 3. Let us now begin the question number 1. How is task-based different from content-based approach? In language education, the function of a strategy for students in acquiring English capability and acquisition is critical. So in the teaching learning process, there are two alternative approaches that are learner-centered: the task-based approach and the content-based approach. So these two approaches are the two techniques that attempt to help students improve their language abilities and critical thinking while learning English. And it teaches them about their language demands till they are able to reach their language learning goals. Let us now discuss the differences between the two approaches. A task-based approach focuses on task activities. Students are reportedly tasked with engaging in classroom activities. They choose one other's language and strive to make use of it, with a focus on meaning. The task-based approach is based on some principles that were previously taught as part of communicative language classes. Task-based learning provides a better context for learning activities than form-focused activities, and it's thought that involving students in tasks that challenge them to negotiate meaning is crucial to their language learning. A content-based approach, on the other hand, refers to a range of instructional strategies in which academic subject matter is taught in a second language, so that students learn both academic material and linguistic talents at the same time. When language is utilized to express content that students are interested in, it is most efficiently taught. Students require assistance with language when working with real-world material. The teacher, for instance, could give several examples. In conclusion, these approaches can be employed by language teachers to help students achieve their language learning goals. The task-based approach is beneficial because it focuses on the process rather than the product, and activities stress communication and meaning, which assist learners in improving their competency. And a content-based approach is important in language teaching since it helps students grasp the subject matter and engages them in intentional language use while completing academic tasks. Let us now proceed to question number 3. Which among all the approaches are more relevant in a real-life classroom setting? Why or why not? Cooperative learning approach is more relevant in a real-life classroom setting because students are not just simply listening and sit down but involve them in pairing and grouping activities to help them develop their social interaction. Engaging them in an activities such as discussion by group enhances communication skills, encourage a growth mindset, balances interdependence with individual accountability, and responds to classroom diversity. And also, it practices students' variety of ideas of what students can do, see, and hear. Therefore, among all the approaches that is more relevant in a real-life classroom setting is cooperative learning approach because it ensures that learners will actively engage and the impact of learning can be lasting and meaningful. This approach is the best for real-life classroom setting because it focuses on the students with my encouragement as a teacher. Its goal is to create an independent, responsible learning and develop their intellectual and potential abilities through the group activity and self-assessment. With the use of this approach, learners express themselves and articulate individual ideas, and me as a teacher applying this would be effective because learners are engaged in their work and responsible on their task. They constantly working by utilizing their higher order thinking skills to inquiry-based learning and learning activities that highlighting their prior knowledge to learn new concepts by working on their own learning with my guidance. However, I will facilitate them as they do the tasks in grammatical principles and various of speech to explore their interests and engaging them to work together as a group like completing the sentences, spelling, and literature. So they build each knowledge to produce an output successfully and learn the language meaningfully. All in all, this approach and strategy shows learners and I work hand in hand to achieve neutral learning goals, which I teach big ideas, would empower them and evaluate their learning that leads to a real-world context. This approach build a personalized learning and provide competency which they can understand and master the information they acquire about English language. It engages students into hands-on activities to showcase their abilities, creativity, and independency as well as collaboration, as they are having fun while learning to others.